Je m'appelle Kevin.
Just Kevin.
I was trying
You
to
dropping the Ferrero?
tell you that shit. Yeah, and that's how we do it in France.
Oh, I didn't know you're from there.
I'm not, but I kiss like I do. Do live there? I don't.
Okay, I'm Candace Bailey. We are coming to you live from the G4 studios in Los Angeles.
I already want to start this one over. On the show today, burning hot gamer girl Adrian Curry will join us live. Now here's the thing, I gotta point this out. She tends to tweet about things like legalizing drugs or how she'd like to have sex with Sarah Underwood. So it's
No.
yeah.
She
She did.
tweeted at me. I'm not bisexual though, so I don't wanna.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But we don't want to rule anything out before the interview, though. So let's just keep an open mind. It's probably going to be a really boring segment, I can tell you that much. Then robots! They're everywhere! I'm telling you, it's crazy. They're performing surgery. They're finding parking spots. They're even showing human emotion, which is something I'm incapable of doing. Thanks a lot, Dad. But we'll learn about that in today's Robot News.
Plus, one lady opted out of the class action lawsuit against Honda, instead suing them in small claims court, and she won big.
Whoa!
Yeah, big. We'll find out what that means for future cases like this in the loop.
That sounds fun and informative.
Yeah.
That's like two great things.
Right?
Yeah.
And Blair Butler brings us hookers,
Yep.
murder,
Yep.
and a one-eyed guy, one-eyed white guy when she rates comics featuring some of the summer's biggest screen superheroes, like the Avengers, Nick Fury, and Catwoman. And he used to say that he was a white guy too.
No, it was very descriptive. I like that. Again, he had one eye and
And he was a white guy.
he was white. We got it. I feel like I've already read it. But that's not all, kids. So we're told.
So we're told by Sarah Underwood.
Ah, yes.
I was just thinking when you guys were reading, Adrian Curry is really hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe-
She's incredibly hot.
Maybe I'll think about it.
That's all we ask. That's all we ask.
It's been a while.
You
so-
thought about it with me, and I mean,
Candace.
why are you trying to act like?
First of all, let's go back. I want to
just
flag.
Anyway,
No, flag on this play. It's been a while.
No.
Since me.
I want to.
Dang it, my mouth sometimes.
I'm sure that was involved in this story. What happened?
Hey, one of the biggest winners of Facebook's IPO is a graffiti artist. Okay. Plus, remember that RoboCop remake we told you about yesterday? Well, the Hollywood grapevine has leaked word on the superstar who might fill the shoes of the crime-fighting cyborg.
Thank you. I knew I got a phone call, so I'm.
No,
RoboCop. 20 seconds to comply. I'll eat some baby food. It'll be great. I'll have glitchy memories and OCD and yeah.
Kevin,
It's you.
Kevin, you're gonna be so disappointed. It's not you.
It's okay. It's a tough business. It's okay.
Oh,
Fine.
this is
It's good.
awkward.
Yeah.
This
Let's
is
just.
awkward.
Hey, happy Groundhog Day, everybody. How about that?
Happy Groundhog
Happy
Day.
Groundhog Day. Sarah, are you doing anything to celebrate Groundhog Day?
To celebrate.
What do you do to celebrate Groundhog Day?
You watch Groundhog
wear
Day?
winter
Do it.
coats.
I watched that on G4 the other day, so been there, done that.
Love that.
I love that movie.
It's a great movie.
Such a great
We love
movie.
that movie so much that back in 2009 on Attack of the Show, we repeated what we call it the A block of the show, the intro of the show. We repeated it 4 times throughout the show. We went to commercial break. You can see this was a bit here where the boom mic would enter, and the first time, oh, that's silly. But then time after time again, there'd
Did you
be a
actually
slightly.
use boom mics back then?
No, it made no sense. Nothing ever makes sense on the show. But this was what we did over and over again, and we were wondering, oh, is the audience going to see it? Are they going to get it? What's going to happen? Some people clearly got it. Laugh, laugh, laugh. A bunch of people did not.
Oh my God. They were pissed.
Yeah, they were upset, and they were mad at us, and then they were mad at their cable providers. They started calling in. They actually crashed the phone lines to Comcast. Like here at the building.
We did it.
And the provider. So huzzah, Groundhog Day! I love that show, so I just want to bring that up. And we'll probably have something on today's show.
Are we?
We'll see.
Oh, I hope
We'll see.
so.
Yeah, it should be pretty
I
good.
really hope so. I love Groundhog Day.
Well, Groundhog Day is amazing. Also, the Super Bowl is amazing.
Oh, the Super Bowl.
Who doesn't love the
Tell
Super
me
Bowl? Do
about
you have
it.
Super Bowl plans?
I love the Super Bowl.
Are you having a Super Bowl party?
I'm gonna watch it.
You're gonna watch the
I'm
Super
gonna
Bowl
watch
with
the
friends?
Super Bowl.
Great thing to do with the Super Bowl on.
Eat some food. Watch
And
the Super Bowl.
the Super Bowl of advertising is this weekend.
Yeah.
It's called the Super Bowl. And we don't have to wait until Sunday to see this year's big ads because pretty much all of them have already leaked online. So let's save some time.
So today we're going around the net Super Bowl commercial style. Ready?
Yes.
Ready for this?
Yes.
Yeah.
For years now, Doritos has run a contest for fans to make their own spots and see them run during the big game. There's also like $1 million on the line, which is a nice incentive, I guess.
Just a small one.
Maybe they're doing it for the free Doritos. Who knows?
Well, this is one of the finalists being considered for air this year. Is called Man's Best Friend.
Honey, have you seen our cat?
So good. That is
love
the
that.
proverbial
Oh, so
win-win. Free snacks, no more cat. You gotta.
Oh,
Awesome.
but Kevin, the cat didn't do anything.
Right? Exactly. Stupid cat.
You're not a cat person.
Huh?
You're not a cat person.
Not at all. No. I've only had the same stupid happy cat Twitter avatar for the last 7 years. He's so adorable with his little smile. He looks like a real person.
In at number 4 today, Captain Kirk has been hawking online deals for years as a Priceline spokesman.
That is true, but in this spot we discovered that it might be the end of the road for the Shatman.
Maybe this vacation wasn't a good idea.
Vacations are always a good idea. No time. Out, quickly. You're miles from your destination. You'll need a hotel tonight.
We don't have time to bid.
You don't have to bid. At Priceline, you can choose from thousands of hotels on sale every day. Save yourself some money.
It's what I would have wanted.
That's sad. That's an end of an era.
fun.
But you don't have to worry. We've actually seen the commercial that comes after this. It's good news. Shatner gets reborn.
That's great.
He gets to grow up super fast on the planet Genesis, then travel back in time to 1980 San Francisco to save the whales. And it's like, what? What's he doing there? That makes no sense. How could that be entertaining?
Kevin,
But he's
Kevin.
there.
I think you're actually remembering Star Trek 3 and 4.
I literally do not know what those are, Candace. No idea what you just said. Sorry.
And at number 3 is a remake of a classic ad.
Yes, you might remember the Coke commercial from 1979. Anybody? I was probably 10 or 11 at the time. It features Mean Joe Green! Woo! And a little boy with a soda and a dream. And you should probably remember it. It's been parodied a lot. It's been all over the place.
And here's this year's edition featuring Amy Sedaris and a product you probably shouldn't drink.
Mr. Green? Mr. Green? Yeah. Want my Downy Unstoppables? Laundry smells good for a long time. Really? You can have it. See you around.
Hey, kid.
Wow. No thanks, Mean Joe.
Last time I'm doing this.
You know, Mean Joe looks really good for a guy who last won a Super Bowl in 1980.
I agree.
Right?
Actually, fun
It's
fact,
good.
Madonna was the halftime show then as well. It's all coming back around.
I
Retro's the
don't
new
doubt it.
outro. You know, it's all hit now.
And at number 2, our hands down favorite video from the Doritos Crash a Super Bowl commercial contest.
Look, if you've ever had a bad experience with pigeons, you'll probably agree with this thing.
What's up with Gary?
Every time he craves Doritos, he turns into a bird of prey.
Really? A bird?
Now, watch this.
We that in Bama, let me tell you. They are
What?
delicious oven roasted, especially with some pork belly and cranberries. And some bacon
Yeah, Candace, that was a
so
human
good.
being. That wasn't a bird.
You don't know anything about fine dining. This guy. So.
Still ahead, the butchiest and best-smelling commercial we've seen in a long while.
Old Spice continues to dominate after this.
When's the last time you had
Come
one
on
of
with
these?
me and I'll feed you some.
When did you have one of these birds? Number one today, we have yet another ad. I know, but I don't think they're actually running this one on Sunday. I don't see this one hitting air.
But we don't even care because it is just that awesome.
Automatic freshness, softness, and static control has never been easier with the Bounce Dryer Bar. I just stick it to the inside of my dryer, and I never have to remember.
Old Spice body spray makes you smell like power! It's so powerful it sells itself in other people's commercials. You smell like outdoor freshness.
You smell like power.
Yeah, I do. Power!
So good.
I want my nipples to sound like drills so bad.
I do too.
Those ads are super effective. They're brilliant.
They make you want to buy Old Spice?
No, they make me want to. No, they make me want to take like a ton of steroids and then run through walls like Kool-Aid Man. You know what I mean? Just, I'll smell delicious when I do it, but that'd be great. You know where we can get some of that?
Walls?
Yes, walls, not steroids.
I know where there's a wall you can run through.
Fantastic.
I don't know where to get steroids.
We'll discuss during the commercial break. Look, as we mentioned earlier, ironically enough, today is in fact Groundhog Day.
Yes, it is.
It's a big day.
Now, the traditional rodent meteorologist, Punxsutawney Phil, predicted 6 more weeks of winter today, but we do not trust that Groundhog Day.
Not at all.
We
Why
don't
would we
trust
trust
him.
Punxsutawney Phil?
We don't trust Punxsutawney Phil.
No, we've actually got our own weather predicting animal. He's got a much better track record, flawless, in fact. So please give a warm welcome to Wally the Weasel, everybody.
Who dares summon me on the feast day of the Ebsnorth Martyrs?
Hi, Wally. We were just wondering if there's going to be 6 more weeks of winter.
In this, the groundhog is correct.
Oh, well, that's great. Thank you, Wally.
The dark spirits have revealed to me further visions of horror.
Sounds spooky.
It does sound spooky, but we don't really have time for that.
Yeah, we don't have time for that.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
so much.
Bleeding scourge Ebola will strike the newsbringer.
You say Ebola?
Did he say the newsbringer? Who's the news?
The news? Sarah does the
Sarah?
news. I guess,
Sarah?
Sarah, are you the
Hey,
newsbringer?
Sarah, how you feeling?
Oh, hey guys. I feel good. Never better. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and you look fantastic, by the way. I don't know if the hair is great.
Oh my God, look!
What?
How did that happen? She's dead.
No,
She's
she looks like
dead.
she's sleeping and has a nosebleed. Someone just tapped her
No,
shoulder.
Kevin, she is dead.
Okay.
He was right.
Okay, she was. Thank you again, Wally. We appreciate it. That's all the time we have for
And
today's
lo, the stars will fall from the sky, bringing terror and death to all who stood beneath.
Can somebody get that thing out of here? Oh, Kevin! Oh my gosh! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! He's dead! Kevin! Oh, Sarah's dead. Kevin's dead. Sarah's dead. Kevin's
None are safe from the dark prognostications of Wally the Weasel. Now, the final prediction. Robot News is next.
Wise men once said, "The past is history, the future is a mystery."
Ah, but screw it. The future's here. And if you don't believe me, just check out these robots. In the world of robots, you hear a lot about conceptual designs that will never actually leave a college student's garage. But here's one that recently hit markets with a ton of real-world benefits. Intuitive Surgical created the Da Vinci surgical system in 2009. But the capabilities seen in these YouTube videos have recently come to life in our medical centers. The setup makes use of an HD 3D vision system, 4 interactive robot arms, and endo-wrist instruments with 7 degrees of freedom. That's a range of motion far superior to the human wrist. I mean, come on. When was the last time you folded origami like this? Doctors sit feet away from the patient and perform the surgery using hand controls and foot pedals, while navigating the patient's insides on a computer monitor. I know, it sounds freaky, but embrace this seemingly science fiction medical advancement because robot-assisted surgery requires fewer incisions, meaning less pain. But what is more painful than actual surgery? City parking. But look no further than General Motors for some road rage relief. GM has recently revealed its hands-free self-parking concept car called Envy. This future-forward machine drops off its passengers and self-parks in the nearest available spot, even if it's miles away. When it's time to go, simply summon Envy with a smartphone app. Engineers at GM developed this electrical, two-wheeled car with the same gyroscopic technology that keeps the Segway upright. And with programmed collision avoidance and autonomous GPS operation, you can text and drive. At least now it's safe to do. Envy is set to release around 2020 and retail around $10,000, which is not bad for the most intelligent smart car yet. But what do you do if you forgot to turn the coffee maker off, or you're running late to get home? Well, this bionic beauty is just the bot for you. NEC Corporation in Japan has created Papiro, an acronym for Partner Type Personal Robot. Though it's still in research stages, the idea is to create a companion for humans, whether it's babysitting your child or running the dishwasher. The bot uses speech synthesis and facial recognition to communicate with the child. Then it syncs its CCD camera eyes to her mom's mobile phone. It can even autonomously control and operate the use of home appliances. Oh, I hope it does laundry. But really, with cognitive abilities nearing human levels, what's next? Oh no, it's an army of Papiros. But don't hold your breath for this one to hit the markets. There are no sales plans just yet. With advancements in robot tech hitting warp speed, science fiction is quickly becoming science fact.
Victory against Honda mean for your class action lawsuits? We'll find out more in the loop.
Yes, and later, Adrian Curry will be here live. You know what that means.
Yeah.
You know exactly what that means, guys. You know that it means it's an interview, and I'm going to ask questions, and it'll probably be really delightful. She's a very lovely lady.
She is.
What happens next?
It's time to do the worm. So, what happens next? Does the table break? Does he fall off the table? Or does he kick one of the bystanders in the face? We'll have the answer after the break.
What happens next?
It's time to do the worm. So, what happens next? Does the table break? Does he fall off the table? Or does he kick one of the bystanders in the face? Well, that's a good way to lose your dignity and your teeth. Who does a worm on a table? Come on.
That guy. So good. Oh, well, in other news, we used to actually have Dan Rather tell us the news.
But Sarah Underwood looks a lot better in a crop top.
She does. She really does.
Yeah, it's time to start the feed.
All the news you need to know.
It's Thursday, February February 2nd, and here are your top stories. Now, it's no secret that Facebook's IPO is going to make a lot of people rich. But one unexpected individual will be making off with a boatload of cash. It's the graffiti artist who painted their headquarters. David Cho, known for his erotic art, was asked to paint various sections of the social network Silicon Valley offices. True story, it said that Sean Parker told him to go crazy and paint as many giant penises as possible. But Cho didn't want cash for painting a bunch of dongs. No, no, no. Instead, he requested stock options, and according to the New York Times, it's going to pay off big, as in $200 million. Big.
Awesome.
Also, David Cho is friends with Sasha Grey. Your life totally sucks in comparison. Call me David. Yesterday, we mentioned the RoboCop remake is finding a writer. Today, a rumor is floating around that MGM is looking for its star. It's not you, Kevin, I'm sorry. They might be looking. It's Russell freaking Crowe, Kev. So, okay. Yeah.
He is a man.
He's Russell Crowe.
I don't know that he's the man for the job, but he is a man for it.
Bitter. The rumor comes from a tweet by Variety's Jeff Snyder, who heard that the studio behind the 1987 remake is considering the Aussie to play the superhuman crime-fighting cyborg. Many thought he was joking, but Snyder assured tweeters that MGM's consideration was for real. Of course, studios build huge lists of potential stars, and nothing is set in stone, so I'd like to kindly suggest they consider Ryan Gosling or, Kevin James. Yeah.
Kevin James.
Yeah, Kevin James. Shut your mouth. And in awesome nostalgia news, the D-bag who was squatting on the Reading Rainbow Twitter account, he's been ousted. And it's been turned over to the one and only LeVar Burton. Burton initially tweeted to ask if anyone knew what lazy troll was holding the account without using it, but then Twitter swooped in within 2 hours, yanked the account from the squatter, and handed it over to the almighty Lord of Literature. Burton says he's using the account to promote the new Reading Rainbow iPad app and the reboot of the best show ever. For the record, if you're not a fan of Reading Rainbow, you might want to go to the doctor, because I think that your heart is missing.
Oh.
And finally, do you use an Android phone?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're a slut then. Okay, it's true. According to a survey from... What's that? Oh, Candace, are you an Android user?
No, I used to be, so I guess I used to be a slut.
Well, it's not something you really used to be. You're kind of braided for life.
Well, I got an iPhone, so...
Yay! Not slutty!
Not a slut, y'all.
According to a survey from Match.com, Android users are more inclined to have sex on the first date and more likely to have one-night stands. Of the 1,000 participants, 62% of Android users said they have put out on the first date, compared to the 57% of iPhone users and 48% of those with the BlackBerry. Sounds to me like everyone with the smartphone is getting down in the town and going round and round. I'm Sarah Underwood. You've just been fed. Now over to Kevin.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. Yeah, right. Listen, is a class action lawsuit the best way to bring corporations to justice? Is it? Maybe not, actually. We're going to find out why in The Loop. Joining me now from New York to help us make sense of all this madness, contributor for Jalopnik.com, Ben Popkin is here, everybody.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Ben, it's going very well. So give me the rundown here, because what I heard was that a Honda Civic owner, which there are thousands, if not millions, or trillions of them out there, potentially watching this, she had a hybrid, she had a problem with it, she sued Honda, and she won?
Right, that's exactly what happened. Heather Peters got consumer justice. She saw the class action lawsuit notice that was delivered to her, and she said, $100-200, I think that's chump change. I'm not getting the advertised MPG. I'm supposed to be getting 50. I've been getting more like 40, and that went down to more like 30 after they pushed through a software upgrade. So she decided to opt out of that class action lawsuit, take it to small claims court, and she won big.
Amazing. And is this how widespread of a problem was this for Civic owners? Was this everybody that had a Civic Hybrid could be eligible for this lawsuit?
Right. Everyone, model year 2003 to 2009 for the Civic Hybrid, is about 200,000 people, and about 30,000 people participated in the class action.
All right, what about other folks
So that's
out
a lot
there
of wheels on the road.
driving non-hybrids, you know, that think, okay, I'm supposed to be getting 25 miles to the gallon. If they're only getting 14 or 15, do they have a case as well?
Well, it depends. It's this case is a little bit different because it's not just simply a matter of, you know, YMMV. Your mileage may vary. This is a very large disparity between what was the advertised and the EPA sticker of what you're supposed to be expecting in terms of miles per gallon and what was actually achieved by the car.
Okay, so if there's a clear-cut case of a consumer out there, whether it's a car or an iPhone, let's say I want to take Apple to court because Siri never works. She just never does. So let's say, you know, there's a class action thing going on. Do I have to opt out of that to take them to court? Can I take them to court without there being a class action lawsuit? What are the steps exactly?
Right. So, for instance, if this specific hybrid case, if you want to participate like Heather Peters, you have until February 11th to opt out, and you need to do that before you can go and take the small claims route. However, you don't need to be part of a class action class to execute a small claims case. Anyone can do it, and that's kind of the whole point of small claims, is that it's an area where the consumer really has a chance because the corporate lawyers are not allowed. The company can send a representative, but they can't send in that army of lawyers that they have on retainer. They have to send in a regular person who talks to you, talks to the judge, or who's kind of really more like a referee in a black robe. And
does this take place in a dungeon that's filled with dry ice and crystal balls and bats flying around, and then someone decides if you deserve some cash?
Right, exactly. It's just like that scene in Eyes Wide Shut. No, really what it's more like, if you want to know what small claims is really like, turn on the TV. Judge Judy and any of the other half a dozen knockoffs, that's pretty much what small claims looks like. And that's what you should study. You should watch a few episodes of that if you want to go to small claims. It's exactly like that, except the judges in real life aren't as sassy.
Right, but the bailiffs are still comically hilarious.
Of course,
so now,
absolutely.
When I hear this, and you know, I want the viewers at home to know again, if they have a grievance, this is a good place to go. You can still win. David can actually beat Goliath in these settings. You could make thousands of dollars depending upon your state. What's the first step for that? Do you have to notify the company and say, hey, I'm going to take you to court, this is going to happen?
Well, what you need to do is first have like a really good reason. You know, there's a material reason where the company is not living up to their part of the bargain. Then you calculate what's the damages that you've incurred as a consumer because of their failure to live up to their agreement. Then what you should do is, after you've tried to work it out with the company directly in an informal way, go to your county courthouse website and look up the small claim section. They have basically a cookbook. It's a recipe, and you just follow it step by step. If you can make a pie, you can file a small claims suit.
Love it. And Ben, really quickly, because we're almost out of time here, I always hear these stories of, look, you had a problem with Sony, but if you want to sign up for their online network, you have to lose your right to a class action lawsuit because of their terms of service. You opt out of that. Can they do that for small claims? Can you give up your right to take a company to small claims court?
Right, they don't do that with the terms of service agreements. The terms of service agreements might preclude you from being able to participate in a class action lawsuit, but they still leave the avenues of arbitration and small claims as a way to seek redress.
That is so good to know.
So you're still good.
Appreciate
it's a
it.
short answer.
Ben Popkin from Jalopnik.com. Thank you so much, Ben. Really appreciate the time, and thanks for always sticking up for the consumers. We appreciate it. All right, now let's go over to Candace Bailey.
Thanks, Kevin. For the very best in new comics, there's only one person we trust. Well, two, if you include Batman.
As more superheroes come to life on the big screen, it's time to stop and consider the source material. You know, comics. That's why this week on Fresh Ink, we'll be looking at Catwoman, Nick Fury, and a whole new Daredevil. Whoa, laser hands. This summer, Nick Fury will be leading the Avengers into battle, but right now he's surrounded by death and destruction in Secret Warriors Night.
In the upcoming Avengers movie, Nick Fury is played by the awesome Samuel L. Jackson, but in the regular old Marvel universe, he still looks like this. Don't hold it against him, because this may be one of the most compelling chapters in Fury history. Featuring a covert mission that turns into a massive battle against the terrorist organization Hydra, this super-powered espionage story results in several shocking deaths and a tale of self-sacrifice that rocks our one-eyed hero to his core.
Of course, not every superhero movie is amazing. Daredevil's lackluster 2003 film didn't set the world on fire, but here's the good news. Until he gets a cinematic reboot, you should be reading this.
Daredevil Volume 1 tosses the old, grim, and gritty Hornhead of the last decade right out the window. Instead, we get a lighter, brighter, high-flying Matt Murdock, and the result may just be the best superhero comic on the market today. Boasting innovative layouts, brilliant plotting, and a knockdown, drag-out battle with a muscle-bound thug who just loves beating up superheroes, this devil is definitely worth making a deal with.
Now, before Catwoman claws up Batman in this summer's Dark Knight Rises, why not reacquaint yourself with the slinky Selena Kyle in one of the best Catwoman stories ever told, Trail of the Catwoman.
This just-released volume collects a boatload of nearly impossible-to-find Catwoman stories by two of the best creators working in comics today, Ed Brubaker and Darwin Cook. From daring heists to the search for a serial killer who preys on prostitutes, these hard-boiled stories represent everything we love about Catwoman, unlike the super-awful Halle Berry movie I'm still trying to forget.
Avengers and Dark Knight Rises won't be out until this summer, but that gives you plenty of time to curl up with a good comic.
Hey there, Twitter wall.
Oh, hey, where did you come from?
Oh, right there he was. Poop Cola Yum says, such a great name. Who comes up with these? I want to know why Candace's grilled cheese last night was so good it got 2 tweets. Well, first, the second tweet I did was just to correct the first tweet that was auto-corrected for me. So that's why it really got 2 tweets. But Sarah was there. Good. It was the best grilled cheese I've ever had. They kept passing around. It was the little ones and the hors d'oeuvres, and I just kept on eating. I think it had pepper in it.
What was in it? I know, like there must have been M&Ms and Skittles. Like it was so good.
It was the best thing.
It was
the best
really
thing I've ever
good.
tasted in my life. I wish I had 10 of them.
It was. And for that tweet, you're winning a kick-ass Robert Kirkman Image Comics collection, including the complete Invincible library and more.
If you want to be a part of the show and end up on our Twitter wall, tweet us at AOTS or use the hashtag AOTS. Yeah. American Ninja Warrior is returning to G4, and it is time to get off that damn couch and onto an obstacle course. Yeah. All the ninjas this year will come from regional U.S. tryouts, so for once, we really are #1.
Yeah. Yay. Aspiring ninjas should log on to g4tv.com/ANW tryouts to upload your fully clothed submission video. Fully clothed. Did you hear me? I cannot stress that enough, you people.
Please. Stay tuned. Adrian Curry will be here live.
The winner of the tester gets a job. The other contestants get to meet my next guest. So please welcome back Adrian Curry, everybody. There you are. We missed your wave. We didn't catch that delightful wave. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. This tester thing, are they all the contestants? I know they win a job in gaming and a car and a whole bunch of other cool stuff, but are they all like really core gamers? Are they serious about it?
They're pretty core, but there was one that really stood out to me as just totally trolling everyone and lying that they were a gamer because
like an ironic haha suckers, or he really was just a D bucket and was pretending to be a gamer.
Wanted to be on TV and like douchebags because you can tell if you're a gamer and you were at a PlayStation loft with every single bit of technology you could ever want to get your hands on and you're not playing it, you're a liar.
Yeah. It's pretty transparent.
Yeah.
When you're busy with the pomade and the bathroom mirror instead of playing some cool games.
Yeah, and everybody else was pretty much, playing until 4 a.m. when we would have a challenge at 7 a.m. the next day. That is how gamers do.
And you are the real deal. You're the gamer, and we talked before about Warcraft, but are you officially now a Star Wars convert, or have you gone back to Warcraft? Or
I still have my guild in Warcraft, but one of my guildies opened a new guild, the Legion of Derp, on.
Is he a Redditor or?
It's for ridiculousness. She was a rogue in World of Warcraft, and I just said, I can't have 2 guilds. It's too much pressure, man. I'm too busy. So she opened this one, and I signed on, and I'm only like a level 13, 14, but tonight we have a let's get drunk and get on Vent and play.
No other way to do it.
Yeah.
There's really no other way to do it. And I got to try to get in your guild because apparently you're okay with dating guildmates.
Yeah.
No disrespect to anybody. I'm just saying, as close as I can, I'll get on that vent.
A guildie, but it's all right. They're not heals. They're not a tank. It's just melee. And if we lose them, it will be okay.
Seed planted. Listen, that's great. Gaming great. Now let's talk sex and drugs.
Sex and drugs.
Let's get to the good stuff because you want to be president. And,
of sex and drugs?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
I think I already am.
That's an amazing country. I would move there in a second. Customs would welcome me with open arms. But you want to legalize all that stuff, you would said, if you were president?
Yeah, I think if I was president, I think the reason, prostitution's going nowhere. It's the oldest business in mankind. Why don't we regulate it, make sure there's no more Green River killers, make sure no one's getting STDs, test them, and, tax them, help our economy. And same thing with drugs. I think there'd be a lot less drug use and a lot less hooker banging. Unless you're a politician, it'd probably be more.
Then there's tons of it, yeah. All right, so where's your super PAC? How do I donate? Because this is a platform I can believe in.
Okay, well, maybe I'll start like a PayPal cheap donation button. I need to find a running mate, man. Who could it be? I'll ask.
My hand is raised very high.
Okay, there we go.
I'm happily there.
Adrian and Kevin.
It'd be much hotter if Sarah was your running mate. We all know that. We get that now.
I wouldn't get any work done.
Yeah, no, I do. We get none around here. We get none done here. And what is your? Do you have a new method now of luring and attracting and trapping men and women? What's the secret?
I do. I am now a spokesmodel for a new fragrance called E-Rocks. If you would like to try some, I've got a little bit right here. It's synthetic human pheromones. So it's
that sounds legal.
It's unisex.
Do you cook it on a spoon, or what do we do with this? When do I inject it in between the toes?
Yeah, just spray your chest. I think you'll like it. Yeah. And let's see if I get horny now.
Yes, let's. And we're going to be right back after that. Yeah, no, that's great. So what? They put pheromones in here, like the kind of sub-chemicals that you're supposed to be attracted to?
It's synthetic pheromones, and basically it's supposed to get you horny in the mood and more social, which is a perfect nerd fragrance because I could spray my whole guild with it. When I met them outside of Warcraft, I was like, you guys, let's talk. And they're like, they needed a couple of drinks, a little pushing, and then they're like, oh yeah, you know.
No, let me just fire hose you with pheromones until it turns into a rave at a LAN party.
That's the plan, yeah.
Are you going to rock this? I think you're great on Stern, by the way. Stern, one of my favorite interviewers, and you are one of the greatest guests he's had on in a long time.
I'm going back very soon this Monday.
Are you going? Well, first of all, you set the bar really high with the Sibian ride last time.
Well, now that I have a Sibian, I don't feel compelled to ride someone else's to see what it's about, because now I know.
This is true.
It's about sunshine and happiness.
Well, and who knows, with all the synthetic pheromones flying around that place, it might prove to be an incredibly interesting appearance.
I'm sure it will be, because since then I'm now a single woman. The whole divorce thing. There's lots of fun
things. Wait, does the guy you're dating in the guild know that you're a single woman?
Well, meaning I'm not married. Okay. And if he wants something more committed and serious, he'll have to step up and say that. Until then, you are just the melee, baby.
Adrian Curry, everybody. Season 3 of The Tester premieres on the PlayStation Network, February 7th. I'm keeping this. Thank you so much for coming on. Appreciate it. Going to Candace.
Coming up, want to hang out and maybe even meet Kevin in person? Yes! Yeah, I know you do. We will tell you how after this.
On the next attack of the show.
Darth Maul himself, Ray Park, returns to our set to swing his dual-bladed lightsaber in 3D. Then Walking Dead actor Steven Yeun will be here to talk zombie bashing. Plus, Chris Gore shows up with the Transformers limited edition collector's trilogy and a very Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas. And we'll rate Toshiba's new Android tablet in Gadgetron. Then Chris Gore faces off against Ryan Reynolds and Denzel Washington in Safe House.
See it Monday. Finding an actual diamond in the rough can take a lifetime. Lucky for you, we've dug up some of the best gaming apps that you've been searching for. Platformers. They've been a staple of the video game industry for decades. However, only a select few are worthy enough to stand out from the crowd. Games like Paper Monsters.
There is only one hero that can stop them, and he's made out of cardboard.
In this highly polished 2D platformer, you play as a cardboard-laden hero defending Paperland from a menacing horde of papery invaders. In order to achieve the highest scores, you'll need to run, jump, and use vehicles to eliminate enemies and make your way to the end of each level. Now, every level is chock full of hidden collectibles such as paper clips, adventure cards, and buttons that are used to customize your hero's outfit. After beating the first chapter, you're able to play in dash mode, where your character is on rails, but you control when he jumps. You can download Paper Monsters on your iDevice for only 99 cents. We've all seen our fair share of exciting police chases on TV. Well, now you can find yourself in the middle of a high-speed pursuit with Smash Cops. In this semi-realistic police chase simulator, you're in control of a police cruiser that's been encouraged to use excessive force to catch the bad guy. Which means you get to crash into them. Smash fleeing criminals into submission by driving your cruiser directly into them. And when your RAM meter fills up, tap the screen for a quick burst of speed, sending you barreling into whatever's in the way. The better you do, the more stars you earn, unlocking more levels and upgraded cars, from a speedy Interceptor to the criminal-crushing Brutus. While chasing down baddies is certainly fun, there are other missions available as well. There are cone-filled race tracks that will test your driving skills, and escort missions where you're the one fleeing instead. You can pick up Smash Cops for $3 in the iTunes App Store. And finally, for those of you that have been looking for a platformer filled to the brim with whimsy, then Jazz Trump's Journey is for you. You play as Trump, a young Cajun musician out of New Orleans with a dream of making it in the big towns. However, if you want to get to the top, you'll have to put together a band. Of course, to gather up your new bandmates, you'll need to find the path of least resistance by hopping, climbing, and using your magical time-freezing trumpet to get from room to room. In order to advance the story, you'll have to collect music notes and special memories hidden throughout each level as photographs. They're required for unlocking doors to get to new rooms. With an amazing soundtrack and a quirky silent film feel, you can't go wrong with Jazz Trump's Journey for only $3 on iOS. Stop your searching and join the rest of us with some of the best gaming apps currently on the market. I know what you're saying. That is awesome, and I want to spend my money on it.
Yeah.
But Kevin, I need something else to spend my money on. Something
Definitely.
that supports you and your panic attacks that you're having over the event you're trying to throw.
Right.
What is that event? It's called Lead Up! And I just want to plug it real quick. Lead Up is part party, concert, live variety show, gaming and tech celebration. There's going to be an on-stage portion to it with craziness. You can see Kevin Smith, Chris Hardwick, Greg Fitzsimmons, Doug Benson, Felicia Day, Epic Mealtime, Ask a Ninja. We got VJ Mike Realm spinning stuff, special musical performances.
When is it?
March 1st, Club Nokia in Los Angeles. So please come out to leadup.com.
Where do we check?
Thank you, leadup.com.
All right.
That's the site. Many thanks to Adrian Curry, Blair Butler,